All right, welcome back. I'm Russ McCann, certified health coach and business leader with Optavia, and I'm going to help you set up Optavia Pay. Yes, we actually get paid for coaching clients through our program. And what I want to do is to kind of walk you through the steps on setting up Optavia Pay so that you actually can direct the funds that you earn through Optavia to either a bank account or a debit card that you can use for transactions and manage the way you get paid in Optavia. All right. So first off, if you don't have any clients and you're brand new, there's no need for you to continue to watch this video, because in order to set up Optavia Pay, you have to have at least one client and earn compensation. So you may want to save this for later if you don't have any clients. But if you have clients already and you're supporting them in their process, then guess what? You are earning compensation for the work that you're doing. So please follow along these important steps to set up Optavia Pay. All right, so before we get started, let me just kind of review what Optavia Pay is. Now, Optavia Pay is just a really super easy way to get paid, quite frankly. You receive earnings and compensations and bonuses. That money gets paid directly to your Optavia Pay account and then ultimately to your bank account, as you are going to find out in this setup process. All right, it's also easier and faster way to get paid. You don't have to wait for a check. You don't have to deposit it. It simply goes right into your bank account. Great way to track transactions and your compensation. Also, this is where you'll go to get all of your tax records and receipts for your 1099 at the end of the year. So lots of great information here in Optavia Pay. All right, so the very first thing to do to get started is log into Optavia Connect, and we've covered that in a previous video. So go to OptaviaConnect.com with your username and password, log in. All right, from the main page, up in the upper right-hand corner, there is an Optavia Pay button. Make sure that you click on that button to go to the next step. Okay, once you click Optavia Pay, you're going to be brought to the multi-factor authentication screen where you're actually going to get a code sent to your cell phone to verify that it's actually you logging into your pay records. All right, so click the send code, wait a couple of seconds, grab that code, enter the code, and hit verify. Then the very first step is to complete the W-9 form. Here you're going to put in your first and last name, social security number, address, just as you do it with your tax return. This is an official tax form called a W-9. And so if this matches up with what you have on your tax return, then you'll immediately gain access to Optavia Pay. The next step is to certify that you are the person that is submitting this form, and you're going to type in your name, first and last name, along with the date, and hit confirm. All right. Then the last step in terms of getting the legal part out of the way is that you're going to agree and accept the e-communications disclosure. All right. This is a requirement of the IRS that lets you know that we do report income and earnings to the IRS via a 1099. Once you click by checking this box, I agree, and click OK, then you go to the next step. If you are automatically verified through the IRS tax records, you'll get this bulletin that says, all right, you've successfully been verified. If it doesn't happen immediately, you may have to come back in a day or two, log back into Optavia Pay, and make sure that you have full access to Optavia Pay. So there's a verification process that can actually take up to 48 hours. So don't be alarmed if you don't see this right away. It just may get hung up in the electronic transfer back and forth to the IRS. All right. Once all of that is completed, then guess what? You're in Optavia Pay. Optavia Pay is really, really cool. Lots of great features. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the Optavia Pay card. All right. Now, you don't have to use it, but you'll have to get it in order to set up the transfer of funds to your bank account. So make sure that you grab that, and ultimately when you get the card, you'll be able to activate that card. You actually could use it as any debit or credit card at retailers. If you're going to get gas, going to the grocery store, keeping track of business expenses, you can use the Optavia card for you to be able to do that. All right. So to click on transfer is how you're going to transfer funds from your Optavia Pay account to a bank account or paper check. Now, I'd recommend setting up your bank account. Many coaches will actually open up a separate bank account for Optavia in order to track their income and expenses. And so all you do there is click transfer, then hit bank account and continue. All right. Once you're in this screen, there's a little button that says add new transfer method. All right. So the first thing you're going to want to do is add a transfer method, add your bank account, and that way you'll be able to transfer funds to your bank account. Once that's set up, click on the action button and then click create auto transfer. This is when you're going to set up an auto transfer from your Optavia Pay account to your bank account, which is really great. You want to have that set up correctly. So once you've done that and you've got it all set up, then click on action, and you can see that in there on the debit card, the Optavia card, you can transfer money to the card, transfer from the card. You can look at the details, reset your PIN, do all the things you would normally do with a debit card, and then update auto transfer. All right, we're going to talk about that here in a second. Then for your bank account, also click on action, and you're going to probably see a button that's not here that says create auto transfer. All right, so you can transfer to your bank account, view the details, you can remove the bank account, and you can create and update auto transfers. All right. Okay, so when you're in your bank account and you're wanting to create an auto transfer, you click update auto transfer or create an auto transfer, and it'll bring you to this screen where you want to make sure that you check the box that says auto transfer enabled. That'll start the process. You can determine how often you want the system to check for money in your account to transfer. I've got mine set at every day, so it'll look every day, and if there's funds there, it'll transfer the funds as I've identified. All right. You can also do it monthly if you want the money to be transferred just once a month. I like to get those commission checks or commission income every week into my bank account to help with cash flow. All right. Under transfer method, it allows you to determine what percentage of the income that you've identified to be transferred will go into either your bank account or your Coach prepaid Optavia card. And so as you can see, I've got 90% scheduled to go to my bank account, and I've got 10% set aside to go to my Optavia prepaid card, so that I have money set aside in savings, all right, for paying taxes, for going to convention, things like that. And you get to determine how much is held out, or you can have 100% of your income go to your checking account and have it set up that way as well. Once you've got it set up the way you want it, you can actually remove a transfer method and change it. But all you need to do, you can also click on more options for more features. Once you're all done getting this set up, make sure that you hit confirm and go to the next step. All right, so the next step is really just to become more familiar with Optavia Pay. There are a couple of menu bars that have, you can go back to the home screen, transfer. You can look at history of funds that are being transferred into the account, resources where your tax forms and stuff will be set up, your settings, if you change an address or things like that, you can keep all of that, track of that here in Optavia Pay. And then in addition to that, you can actually see what available funds you have to be transferred and how much money is being set aside on your prepaid card. So right here on the home screen, the dashboard of Optavia Pay, you have access to a lot of great information. Also, if you have not, if you need help, you can click on the support bot button and ask the support bot a question. It was very, very robust. I just went in and looked at it, and it answered a lot of the questions I had. If you still need help, you can also contact Optavia Coach Support by going to 888-OPTAVIA and pressing option number 1 for coaches, and then for coach support, option number 3, and they'll be more than happy to help you. So I think that's it, really. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. Just make sure that you follow the steps. And if you need support, please feel free to reach out to Optavia Coach Support. Your coach may or may not be able to help you with this because it's dealing with your privacy and your pay records. So make sure that you use all those resources. All right, well, thanks. And let's move on to the next step.